kind of sound like I work for Managed Methods, but I've used a number of these platforms over the years, and I'm just so happy that it saves time in digging through some of these things. So two bigger instances come to mind. One, we had a group of students using very violent language. A big group of students, they were all in a Google Slides presentation using white font. And so if a teacher passed by, it would just look like a blank slide presentation. But they were communicating with each other using that white font and saying some really terrible things. And so Managed Methods was a tool that I used after a principal prompted me to do this, not just doing this for fun. I was able to get in and provide the documentation that they needed to help students kind of redirect their behavior. And then even more recently, we had some students, it's a very politically charged time that we are currently experiencing, and we had some students having some discourse with one another around some political topics. And the principals were worried about it disrupting the school environment. So I was able to get in and temporarily quarantine those files. So they were pulled out of the student drives. I scanned them quickly to make sure there was nothing too malicious going on. And once I was able to see that there wasn't anything malicious going on, I reported that back to the principal and then was able to float those files back to the kids. Because I also don't want to big brother them and take things away when they're not actually doing anything wrong. So most of the time, I think, and I'll speak to this later, a tool like this, it's visible in certain ways, especially when it becomes the way that you're helping humans work through their, these aren't necessarily technology problems, right? They're human problems. And so that part of this tool has been really visible in our district. And what I like about it is that it's impacted the culture and the way that we talk about these sorts of things.